guys, and welcome back to Abby's Bible Studies. Last week we talked about part 1 of friendship, and the week before that we didn't have one, but prior to that we wrapped up the salvation series. If you didn't see that, go look under my playlist, and there's all 5 salvation videos. Those are really important. If you haven't seen them, I would really suggest go watch them because there's some amazing content talked about in there, and they're just really good if you're especially if you're starting, this is your first time watching Christian-inspired videos, that's a good place to start. This week, we're going to be talking more about friendship, and it's mainly how you should love in your friendships, and how you should take your friend's interest and not just your own interest. I really hope you enjoy. Now let me say a short word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I ask that you give me the right words to say and you speak through me, and every word that I say is said to uplift and make someone feel better and to draw them closer to you. And Father, thank you so much for this opportunity to speak your word. I pray that you touch someone out there, and thank you for this beautiful day that we have today. In Jesus' name I pray. 12-15 says, "This is my commandment. Love each other in the same way I have loved you. There is no greater love than to lay one's life down for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you slaves because a master doesn't confide in his slaves. Now you are my friends since I have told you everything the Father told me." Romans 12:10-11 says, "Love each other with genuine affection." I said the wrong word. "And take delight in honoring each other. Never be lazy, but work hard to serve the Lord enthusiastically." Proverbs 18:24 says, "There are friends who will destroy each other, but a real friend sticks closer than a brother." Proverbs 27:9-10 says, "The heartfelt counsel of a friend is as a sweet perfume and incense. Never abandon a friend, either yours or your father's. When disaster strikes, you won't have to ask a brother for assistance. It's better to go to a neighbor than a brother who lives far away." And 1 Peter 4:8-10 says, "Most important of all, continue to show deep love for each other, for love covers a multitude of sins. Cheerfully share your home with those who need a meal or a place to stay. God has given each of you a gift from his variety of spiritual gifts. Use them to serve one another." Most of these verses are saying to love one another and to serve enthusiastically to the Lord. Now, I know sometimes you're going to get frustrated because I get frustrated a lot. An example of when I got frustrated is at band rehearsal one day. There's a lot of things going on, and I'm color guard captain. This is my first year being it. And I didn't realize how much stress come along with that. Well, there was someone, I don't really remember the exact details, but something happened and it frustrated me. Instead of taking that out on my frustration, I tried to calm myself down, and I was very calm about it. I didn't get mad I was a little upset about the situation, but I didn't yell at anyone in this situation. I did go back the next day and talk to the color guard girls and the one guy that's on color guard about it, and we haven't had issues since then, so I guess things are good. But you're gonna have stresses and frustrations in your life, but don't take your anger out on them. If you need to, this is what I do a lot of times. When something upsets me, I give myself time to process and think, so I don't react in the moment. If you react in the moment, you're gonna say something you regret or do something you regret. Anyways, and share what you have. If you have an abundance of something, give it. Just because you never know what that person might need or what's going on in their life. They might need help. Just help them, give them assistance. You never know. You may not have an abundance, but you're not using it. Let them borrow it. I know one thing. This is gonna sound. An example of letting someone borrow something is if you have a phone charger and your phone might be up at a higher percentage, and then someone else is about to die, let them borrow it because yours is higher. That's very simple way of helping others out, but it's something you can do to help out. And another thing is act selfless. That goes along with like giving. The most selfless act ever in all of history is when Jesus died on the cross for you and me. And we're now considered his friends because, like the verse said, friends don't confide in slaves, so we're free because Jesus died on the cross and he calls us his friends now. He never made a mistake. He didn't deserve to die on the cross, but he did it for us. Now, I'm really about to speak to myself when I say this. You may have some friends who have done you wrong, or you've done them wrong in a way, and I recently had a friendship not go the way I wanted. I mean, we're not really friends anymore, but I'm still always going to be nice to her, and if she needs something, I will definitely give it to her. But someone said it. She's not an enemy, but we're not like, we used to be best friends. We're not really even acquaintances. She's just someone I know at this point. But I will always, if she ever needs anything, I will always help her. I'll pray for her. I still pray for her, try to every day. But there is days that I forget to pray, and because I'm human, I know that's really bad. Because a lot of people think that Christians are this perfect, they do everything right, they read their Bibles every day, but in reality, we're human, and we're never going to be perfect. I'm really bad about keeping my prayer life constant, and because, I mean, there's really no excuse for why, but I find it super hard to pray, like I'm not sure where. So this is why in the future, in a little bit, I'm going to be doing a study on prayer, and really to help myself. But anyways, back to friendship. Sorry, I went down a rabbit hole, like I always do. Me and that person, I will always be nice to her. Just because we're not really friends anymore doesn't mean I'm going to be rude to her. I'm still going to be nice because that's my personality. And it's not just my personality. I want to be nice because Jesus, best example ever. I love Jesus. I use him a lot because this is all about Jesus. There's other examples of friends in the Bible, but like for instance, Job, when he prayed for his friends, I think it was Job, I might be wrong. That's when God blessed him again. But you might not want to be nice to this person or whatever, but Jesus was nice to you when you've done so much wrong, you've sinned. We don't deserve what we have, but Jesus died on the cross for each and every one of us. So all of this to say, you may not want to be nice, but be nice anyways, because that's where a good basis of a friendship starts. 2:4 says, don't look out only for your own interests, but take the interest in others too. Hebrews 10:24 and 25 says, let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works, and let us not neglect our meeting together. And some people do, but encourage one another, especially now that the day of his return is drawing near. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, therefore encourage each other and build each other up, just as you are already doing. So to me, this is saying motivate each other 100%. Kind of like I was saying earlier, when you might be having a bad day, but you never know what the person next to you is going through, put a smile on your face. Encourage those people. Lift them up, no matter what it takes. My rule of thumb is team before me, or team before I. Something my softball team has said for years, like even before I was playing high school softball, we said this when my travel ball team and my Dixie youth teams, or my little league teams, there's no I in team, so you must work together. As a church body, we are working together to God's ultimate plan or goal. And in order to work as a team, you need to build others up on the team. You can't just tear everyone down and expect the team to work as one. You need to encourage each other and motivate each other. It doesn't matter if you don't have encouraging words or nice words to say. This is the golden rule, 100% what I'm about to say. Then don't say it. Do not say anything. Just smile and walk away if you have nothing to say that's nice. Or just walk away and remove yourself from the situation and come back. This goes with any friendship. If your friend's doing something you don't necessarily like, or they say something that they probably don't mean and it kind of upsets you, don't come back in retaliation and be rude. Don't ever retaliate. I know it's hard not to. For me, that's the hardest thing, is not to retaliate when someone says something I don't like. But I'm working so hard not to do this. Don't be rude. If you need to walk away and come back and talk to that person calmly and be like, hey, this kind of upset me what you said, but it's okay, we can talk about it. But if it becomes an issue that y'all are being rude to each other or whatever, then you need to say, okay, I'm sorry for the way I'm acting, and I forgive you for this whole thing. I should never, stuff like that. In order to be a good friend, you have to be understanding. You can't just think you're right all the time. You have to give the others, your friend, room to talk. You can't just be like, oh, I'm the one who's right all the time, blah, 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 blah. You're always going to be wrong. That's not true. You will be wrong. I know there's plenty of times that I think I'm right, but I'm not. I'm so wrong. But when you feel like I was saying, you feel like you can't say anything encouraging, just don't say anything at all. Or compliment something like their smile. Say, your smile lights up the world, or something of the sort. Never tear anyone down. I know from experience that tearing someone down does nothing to help the situation. I've been tore down in my life personally, and I've tore someone down with my words, and it happened to be my little sister. It didn't make our relationship any better by me saying those words. It just made it worse. I regret every word I've ever said to her, and I can't express how much I try to apologize. I feel so bad for those words I said. Now, there's nothing I can do to change those. I can ask for her forgiveness, but there's nothing I can do to change it. Now, when I feel like I'm going to say, when I get angry and I feel like I'm going to say something that I'm going to regret or it's going to hurt her, I walk away, I come to my room, and I pray about it, because I don't want to hurt her feelings anymore. I'm tired of that lifestyle. I'm tired of us always being at each other's throat. So I'm doing my best to change, and I can only go so far. And she's really been changing a lot, and I'm so proud of her. And she's probably going to be so mad at me for saying this, but I can't express how proud of her I am, because her attitude is so much better, and she can be a sweetheart when she wants to. But all I can say is I've ruined some friendships by saying some things I don't mean. Friendships got ruined with me because they've said some things they probably didn't mean. It's never right to tear someone down or say something mean. You should always be the encouragement, the motivation. But I've learned from mistakes. Now I work my hardest not to say things bad about people. I only talk about Jesus now. I don't talk bad about anybody, because I only talk about Jesus. And I don't talk bad about Jesus either, because there's nothing I can do to talk bad about Jesus. Anyways, you should never gossip. That's probably going down another rabbit hole. But the only person you should talk about is Jesus. So don't ever talk bad about anyone. You can't even talk bad about Jesus. Like I said, don't talk bad about people. A good friendship doesn't have secrets and lies and talking bad about each other. It's honesty and being upfront with each other. Not rude, but telling them how you feel when things go wrong. But don't be rude about it. Be calmly go to them and be like, hey, I'm feeling this way. Can we talk about it and work this out? And that's where I went wrong in a lot of friendships, is I just bottled all these things up, and it just exploded, and the friendship was beyond saving. But I'm thankful I found a good friends, Amber, Mackenzie, and Gracie, and a bunch of other friends who are amazing. So, conclusion of part 2 of the friendship series. You have to do so many things to be a good friend. You need to build each other up. You need to love each other, first of all. Love like Jesus. And you need to stay away from that gossiping and talking bad about each other, because you don't build a healthy relationship off of that. I love you all so much, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and may God bless you. And come back next week for the final part of the friendship series. And I think I'm going to go a little bit more into depth about friendship. I've just kind of been rambling about some things on and on, because I've been deviating from my notes. I'm trying not to look at my notes so much, and so that leads me down rabbit holes. And I get off on these long rabbit holes and get off track. So if you ever see me look down and pause for a second, that's probably why, because I was not fully following my notes that I have written, and I messed up. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. And I love you all so much. Bye. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend, because this is going to be up on Saturday. Thank you so much. Bye. I forgot to mention this in my conclusion. I am going to be posting either once a month or twice a month, every other week, because once school started, and like I've mentioned a few times, I'm in marching band and color guard. Our rehearsals and all of that was really conflicting with me being able to upload the videos, and I'm going to try and start giving Bible studies at my school now, so it's going to be, this is not going to be the priority. I'm still going to be giving Bible studies, but they're not all going to be uploaded online. And I thank you so much for watching, and if you're wondering why I changed shirts in the middle of the video and hairstyles, it's because I was having some technical difficulties, and I took some days to pray about it. I took a little longer than I intended, because something came up the day I was going to film, and it just didn't happen. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and again, I really wish I could post every week, because I enjoy posting these videos, I enjoy writing it, but there's just not enough time in the day for me to be posting every week. So what I'm doing now is I video and upload on the Saturday before it comes up. So I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have missed any of my previous videos on salvation, go check those out. And next week, 2 weeks from this video is going to be the conclusion of friendship. Love you all. Bye.